Hello, welcome. Today we are going to be learning forms of government. Today we are going to be learning what? Forms of government. Can you tell me the form of government we are having in Nigeria? Are we in the military rule? Are we having dictatorship? Or are we having a democracy? What form of government do we have in Nigeria? Democracy. That's what we are having in Nigeria. Democracy. Forms of government. There are different forms of government that a given state might be having at a time, isn't it? There was once in Nigeria when we are having military rule, is it not? We had dictators being our leaders. Individuals that have absolute power to tell you what to do. But now we are having what we call democracy, isn't it? I would say that democracy is government of the people, by the people, and for the what? People. So there are various forms of government that we have. There are various what? Forms of government that we have. So we have forms of government like democracy, is it? We have aristocracy, is it? We have monarchy, is it? There are some countries that have monarchy, isn't it? So there are different forms of government. We are going to look at all the forms. These are not the only forms of government we have. But we'll take them one by one. Number one, we're going to look at what? Democracy. We're going to look at what? Democracy. It's a form of government. So what is democracy? There are various definitions of democracy. There is a popular definition that says democracy is government by the what? Government by the people. Government of the people. Government of the what? People by the people and what? For the people. That is one definition of democracy, isn't it? But that's not the only definition of democracy. We can say that democracy is a system of what? Government, where all the qualified adults. Democracy is a system of government where all the qualified adults, or you can say adult citizens, is that clear? Where the qualified adult citizens share the supreme power to do what? Directly or what? Or through their what? Representatives. Exactly. So how do you share from this power? By voting, is it not? If you don't want APC to be in power, during the voting you vote PDP, is it not? In the last election, we didn't want PDP to be in power, so we voted what? APC. That is what Nigeria voted. Nigeria voted APC. So if APC is not doing well, in the next election, they will vote another party, isn't it? They might decide to vote AD, ABGA, PDP, Labour Party. There are plenty of parties, you understand? So in democracy, all the adult citizens have the right to determine who is their leader, isn't it? So you show that right by, that right is exercised by voting. What are the features of democracy? How do you know that a given state is running a democratic system of government? How do you know that a given state is running a democratic system of government? What are the features of democracy? What are the features of democracy? Number one, there has to be regular or what? periodic what? Periodic what? Elections. For you to say that a state is practicing democracy, there has to be a regular or periodic election. There has to be election from time to time. Is it not? Is it not? Number two, after the elections, majority. After the election, what? Majority rule in the what? Country. That's how you know you are practicing democracy. Is that clear? If more people voted for PDP, PDP will be in power, isn't it? If more people voted for APC, APC will be in power. In democracy, there is what we call equality before the what? Law. Nobody is above the law in democracy. There must be rule of law. Is that clear? In democracy, there has to be what we call respect for what? Rights of the minority groups. Is that clear? You will not say because some group are very few in number that their rights will not be respected. Actually, in other words, there has to be respect for the rights of every citizen, whether the person is in the minority group or in the majority group. Is that clear? So those are the various features of what? Democracy. In democracy, there has to be regular election. If we are not having an election, then we are not running democracy, isn't it? There has to be election from time to time. Then there has to be majority rule. If you go to the Senate and there is a bill to be passed, and the Senate President says those in support say ah, and more people say ah, those that are not in support say nay, and lesser people say nay. Are we going to pass the law or leave the law? Pass it, because there are more people that say ah, there has to be majority. That is what democracy is all about. That is what democracy is all about. It's all about majority. It's all about respect for the rights of the citizen. Now we look at the what? Merits and the what? Demerits. Merits and what? The merits of society, democracy. Why is democracy good? Number one, democracy promotes political participation. Democracy promotes what? Political participation. It's only in democracy that you see people vote, isn't it? If we are having a monarchy, like the Oba of Benin, do they come together to vote the Oba of Benin? No, it's by hereditary. Once the Oba dies, maybe the son becomes the next Oba. So it's not democracy. Or in democracy, there is what we call political participation. Everybody participates in bringing out the leader. Number two, there is what we call legitimacy. Legit what? Mercy. When there is democracy, people, it comes through the law. There is said that it's lawful. Is it? Everybody in the society has to support it, so it becomes legitimate. It becomes lawful because it follows through laid down rules. We call it electoral act. You have to obey the electoral act. You have to obey the electioneering system to bring out the leader. So there is legitimacy. And number three is that there is what we call choice. There is what? Choice of political leadership. Choice of what? Political leadership. You can choose between Muhammad Buhari or Alhaji Atiku, isn't it? You can choose between Fashola or Ambodi, isn't it? So there is choice. You have the ability to choose who and who not to vote for. So what are the demerits of democracy? What are the disadvantages? Or what are the things that don't encourage democracy? You might have things like inadequate what? Political education. Inadequate what? Political education. If you're having a democracy in a given place, and you do not conscientize the people on why they are voting and on why they are going to vote for so and so person, they might be wrongly influenced to vote for the wrong person, isn't it? So if they are not educated very well, they might go and vote for somebody that is not competent. And when you vote somebody that is not competent, what happens to the nation? The nation falls into big stress. Is that clear? The nation falls into big problems. There will be chaos, there will be disrespect for rule of law, there will be very bad economy. Is that clear? So there needs to be nice and good political education so that people will vote for the right person. Then number two, there could be problem of representation. You understand? What do we mean by problem of representation? When you vote somebody to the Senate or House of Assembly, and instead of the person going to the Senate or House of Assembly to protect the rights and the interests of the people that voted him in, and he goes there and starts putting his own personal interests first, that is a problem of what? Representation. That is a problem of what? Representation. When those people in the House of Assembly go to the House of Assembly and all they care about is buying expensive cars for themselves, is that clear? Instead of making laws that are good for you. But when somebody becomes a governor and continues to enrich himself or his family, at that time, is he representing the interest of the populace? No, and that is wrong. So it's very wrong. So that could be a demerit of democracy when you elect somebody and it's not doing what you want. Is that clear? Is that clear? So in the next classes, you are going to be learning about oligarchy and aristocracy and other forms of government.